things. I went to a class last week with a guy, Mark Saleh. Really great demonstrator on wood slicing. If you've been gouging out your wood, you need to see Mark Saleh, S-I-L-L-A-Y. Look up his YouTubes and watch how he cuts. Cuts really well. You can take his technique and develop your own from that technique. You can do good. But I digress. I was at a friend's place and he had a series of one-way lathes set up in his shop for demonstrations and training. One of the tools, one of the one-ways was missing a handle, this little handle on the tailstock to turn the wheel. I felt like I missed the bus the whole day because every time I reached out for the handle it wasn't there. Well, we're going to make one today. And if you'd like to know how you do this, and you can do this, just don't tell the lathe it's metal. Watch. Now remember, never tell the lathe that it's metal. Okay, because people think this is only a wood lathe. Just talked to my buddy Ronnie a few minutes ago, and Ronnie said, I said, I'm going to make this handle, I'm going to turn this, and he said, how are you going to do that on your lathe, on your ornamental? No, we do it on this, on a regular spinning lathe. Now I got to mention, if you do metal, a couple of things. Speed is not your friend. It's got to go slow. I'm using a piece of made in USA, high-grade precision round aluminum I got from MSC Direct a long, long time ago. I was going to make tool handles out of it. And it was still, the way it came from 12-inch length, it's still on my truck that way. Been a long time. Wear your protective equipment. Don't cheat on it at all, ever. You think I'm harping on it? Get hurt. Then you won't think about that anymore. Now I've set the lathe up. I took out my tailstock and I put in a revolving, a keyless chuck. Now I saw on YouTube the other day, and boy, you see some really weird crap on this stage, don't you? And the guy said, if you use it, chuck over here, you got to hold on to it so it doesn't move. No, you don't. What you need to do is clean it. Clean that chuck using a Morse taper cleaner. This is a number 2. That's a 3. So I can't show you on that one. But you put it in and you turn it. Don't put wire in it. Don't put a screwdriver in it. Don't put a wire brush in it. Don't put sandpaper in it. This is what you want to use, because all you want to do is take the gump out. If you get anything else, you really got a problem. But this will clean the inside of your Morse taper. And then blow it out. Clean off the stub part. And you can clean up with some light sandpaper. Don't over sand it. Just take any corrosion off. It's a friction fit. Friction is key for it. Alright, now, I've got this set up. I put in a bit of the right size, which is 5/16. Now, here's the deal. I have to drill a 5/16 clean through this piece. See that? Hello. See it on the other side? Alright, need to drill a 5/16. And then I need to drill a recess over here. See that recess? Now that's going to put the bolt in. I want to do this starting on my revolving, on my one-way stronghold chuck, using my number 1 jaws, and these are the profiles. Number 1 profile, smooth, no teeth. Grab this thing very well. It's 3/4, okay? Now I have all this set up, and I'm going to spin it and drill the hole all the way through. Remember, speed's not my friend. Shield up. Oh no, I missed my crank wheel now. I'm reaching for it. Where's it at? Where's it at? You know it's cutting right when you get this for shavings. The little curling cues, that's when it's cutting right. The blade's still sharp, still going strong, and I need to make that penetration. Shields up. What? I missed my handle. I'm sensing it's loading up a little bit, and what I should do is lubricate it. I'll show you why and how. As you can see, we run into some material that loaded up the bit. Right? It happens because the bit's only so clean, and there's some fouls in here, and they're going to come off. So I'm going to clean the bit out a little bit, get all the flutes clear. I'd be better if I used all to do this, wouldn't I? Okay. Then I'm going to spray with magic formula number 421. I'd like to tell you what this is, but I'm not allowed to by law. But it's magic number 421. It's in our fall catalog. And it's up to 99% less residual, which is real important if you find this product. But here's the deal. That is vegetable oil, not lubricant, not oil. I got squirt WD-40. I mean, slipped up and said that name. I could squirt 10W30 on it all day long. It's not going to work as good as that little shot of this super formula will work. Shield up. Here's the deal. If you're on a flute, the shavings are not coming out. If you don't have a long enough flute to drill a hole, you're kind of screwed a little bit. But the shaving's going to stop popping out, and it's going to load down. Then that's going to be a problem. Load is heat. Heat you don't want. Shields up. Swapped over to another drill bit. Let me check the size for you, because you're going to ask me, what size did you use? I'm in his at a 27/64, because it was good and sharp and I hadn't used it much. But it will match that little recess pretty close. The recess is so that this bolt, I got the bolt right here, I can reach it. No, I can't reach it. The recess is so that the bolt drops down in there, and when you tighten it up, it'll shoulder on this end, which we're going to fix with the lock nut, and then we can tighten it down, and this won't be in the way, and you can do this. Okay, got it. That's what we're going to do. And that hole is about, that deep. Okay? We're going to do it and check it out. Shields up. Speed's the same. What, I missed my handle. Now, that was a real easy cut to make. Go ahead and ask me. You machinists are going to say, why did I drill this first and drill through it? Because I didn't think of it, okay? But it worked out. And sometimes it's the kind of stuff you want to do. I'll back this off. Get my drill chuck out of the way. Now, this is going to be my piece. And find those bolts again, because I got them. Here's the bolt I'm going to go through with. That end of the bolt, you can see that won't go the other way because I'm not long enough. Alright, but then I know that that's my stopping point. And right there's where I got to cut it. Let's talk about that. I have to cut this and take it off. How can I take it off? Well, this is not as hard. Back out here. This is not as hard as steel. It's aluminum. Even though it's a high-grade aluminum, it's still aluminum. Well, right now I could take that off and part it out, but I have an opportunity right now to fix this end, make the little knob end on it, make it more comfortable to grab. And oh yeah, if you wonder if it gets hot, and if you should touch it to see if it's smooth or hot, give up that fingerprint, because when you touch it and it's hot, it's going to melt that fingerprint off. I read about that. It didn't happen to me. I read about that. So we're all on page 1. We've bored it. We've counterbored it. We could have counterbored it, then bored it. Either way. If we counterbored it and then bored it, I would have had more flute to get deeper. But I didn't need it, or I don't think I need it. Now this is what I want to go. This is what I'm going to make. I can get artistic like One Way does and put the bead on it. That might be a nice thing. It looks like it tapers down on this end. It takes the knob off this end, so you gotta. And that's where your fingers will land when you use it, and that's why the groove is there. Those folks at One Way think with just about everything. Okay, now I'm between centers. I'm going to go with my regular scraper. Don't get hung up on this negative rake stuff. This could be a. Oh well, I guess I better do it. It could be a 12 millimeter carbide blade. Alright, that's what we're going to start with. Shields up. Essentially, I took the burr off this and I took the burr off the face. So this end is set. I'm going to turn my tool rest to get better. I went to a demonstration the other day and the guy kept moving his tool rest while the lathe was running. And I keep telling you, don't do that. This could be a weapon if it makes wrong contact. So stop it. Move the tool rest and start it up again. Please, it helps me out. Because it'll help you out. Now, put my tailstock in. I'm sorry, my tailstock is this thing. I put in my revolving center from One Way. But they make them in 3 or 4 other manufacturers. Get a good deal, but make sure you're buying quality. I put my soft touch on it, and I made these. I've got videos on how to do the soft touch and why we have them. The soft touch is on it, and that's buffing against this. That's going to take any vibration out. Essentially, I'm between centers. See, I'm running true. All right, shields up, let's go. Marked what my length should be, or I'd like it to be. I'm going to go ahead and set that using a regular parting tool. Again, light pressure. Keep the tool cutting up instead of plowing it straight in. Shields up. Remember to go slow. You don't want to let it down. And I, once in a while, will touch up my edges a little bit. Make sure my tool is cutting cleanly. And don't go too deep. Otherwise it comes off. Now again, I'm taking very light slicing cuts going across. I'm going to taper it down a little bit. Can't go fast. This is going to get hot. That's going to get removed fingerprint hot. Got my basic shape done. I want to put that ring in right now. I'm going to put about right about there. I'm going to use this 12mm carbide tool. Get up and raise my show so I can talk to you. I'm going to pull back my tailstock, because I'm being held as a steady. I'm going to sand this out, clean up this end. There's some barbers on there, I just felt them. So don't do what I just did. Clean it up first. Shields up. I had to stop a minute ago because some nice ladies tell me I can save money on my tuition. Yeah, right. Put a little. Went to 320 paper. And that's how I'll see if there's any burrs, because I'll feel them on the paper towel. I don't have to wait for the paper towel to heal after it cuts a hole in it. So I have a fairly nice smooth finish. I'm probably going to take this to 400 and then I'll part it off. I sanded it to 400. I got a little, you see the little chatoyance there, and that's because there's some abrasions or whatever. I could sand them out. This is a useful part, a turnable part. I'm not as nice as one way, but this will replace what's missing on my good buddy's lathe. Now I'm going to part this off, and be careful. If this is hot, you don't want to grab it. I keep telling you that because I read about that. Not that it happened to me. I parted it off using a regular parting tool, and that's what we ended up with. You can see it. I got a little bit of fuzz down there. But what I did is I softened that corner while it was still spinning. And I can remove this. Heck, I can probably remove that with my utility knife and get that cleaned up. Huh. Huh. This entire exercise was not to show you how to save money on buying parts from a great lathe company like One Way, a Robust, or one of the other great ones. And that list was very short. I shielded up with my safety gear. I took my time. I cooled it, and I'll show you what I've used in the epilogue. But I have this ready. Now I can put my bolt through this. Right there. I can put this onto my tailstock wheel and put a little lock nut on it, and I'm home free, or at least my buddy's home free. Save a little money, a little grief. Oh, he could have called and ordered it, but he'd have to make the call and order it. So, a little something from the shop. I enjoyed it. Be safe. Turning metals. You can do on a wood lathe. Can't get the lathe upset. It finds out. You never know what'll happen. But you can turn it and have a little fun with it. I'm Capt.Eddie Castle, and I'm making shavings. Really, it was aluminum filings. But I'm making them, and I'm having a good time. See you soon. Get out there and start making shavings. You know the deal? making shavings? You know that? Okay, right, all right. Hi, a new feature is the epilogue. This is telling you essentially what we had because you didn't make notes while you were watching the video. Good part. All right, we start off piece of pardon me, I got the hiccups, 3/4 inch aluminum I bought from MSC Direct. And you get a lot of parts and pieces there. You can also try WW Granger, I think they just call it Granger.com, McMaster-Carr, and a few of the other suppliers to get bulk material. All right. We held it on a one-way stronghold chuck using #1 spigot jaws. I don't like the serrated ones. These are the plain or profile version of the jaws. We put them in there. Then we drilled the hole using a #3 keyless chuck because this is a #3 headstock, tailstock. I know which end it is. We drilled it using a keyless chuck and regular DeWalt type drill bits. Speed was extremely critical. My speed was maybe 200 RPMs, maybe 300. I might have went up to 5 or 6 sometimes. I do better at 2 or 3, really. All right, then we drill the hole. Then we burn up our soft touch. This is our soft touch, and this is what will stabilize it when we trim it. I didn't want to do it strictly as a spindle because there would be some movement when it starts to heat up and starts to cut. And I don't want that movement. I want to get rid of it. So I brought the tailstock up with a soft touch to touch it. And then I used my regular skew or scraper or 12mm round, or could have probably went to the radius square on a 10.7 and done it. Did it. But I cut on a bias to get a softer, easier cut. All the way through. All these cuts were slices. And you can slice aluminum just like you can slice wood. And then I buffed it out with regular sandpaper. I get my sandpaper from Vince's Wooden Wonders. This address, Vince's Wooden Wonders. Don't be fooled. There's people out there copying that stuff. All right? And then I polish it with a little bit of my plastics from McGuire's. I get that at an auto zone place. And then we parted it off using a D-Way parting tool. And that's pretty much it. We're ready to go. We are set to go. And you've seen all... Oh, no, wait. I forgot to tell you. I used, in drilling and in shaping and all, I used a special formula of super secret number 427 to do that. And just in case you don't know what it is, that's what it is. It's a original non-stick cooking spray made with canola oil blend. That's the important part. No, it's not. It's vegetable oil that removes the heat instead of transmitting the heat. Difference between lubricants and vegetable oils. So, got the part made up. Hope you have fun at it. If you got any questions, you can always call me. I'm here at 24/7. Got folks coming by today to see me. Oh, I forgot that. I got to get ready. See you later. When we started this, yeah, I can do this. I told you to wear your shield, wear your safety glasses, keep the fibers and the rings off the filings off you. Keep in mind that those are sharp. You don't want to put them in your sawdust and your grit and all that. Sweep them off the lathe, put them in a trash can. Okay? Just remember, if you grab them, they might grab you. All right. Had to remember that because guess who just grabbed it? Oh, not me. I read about that.